My official top 25 NBA players as of August 2nd, 2021. Now this list is 100% just my opinion, so if you don't agree with it, tell me why in the comments below, but don't be too mean. Now I'm going to be using a tier ranking the same way B Souls did in his top 50 video. Leave the link in description. Basically that means if players have the same colored background, that means they're on the same tier, and I won't be too mad if you switch them around. It pretty much means they're even. Let's get into the honorable mentions. We have DeAndre Ayton, who just had an amazing playoff run. Julius Randle, who just had an amazing regular season and a terrible playoff run. Not even a run, just playoffs. Ja Morant, Russell Westbrook, who is now a Laker. Drew Holiday, Karl Anthony Towns, Ben Simmons. Yes, Ben Simmons is an honorable mention. I'm very high on the Ben Simmons bandwagon. And Rudy Gobert. At 25, we have Bam Adebayo. 24, we have Zach LaVine. 23, we have Zion. 22, we have Jaylen Brown. 21, we have Chris Middleton. And 20, we have Jimmy Butler. Oh, I ran out of breath. Now, Zach LaVine is in the same spot Devin Booker was in last year. Very talented, but he can't prove that he can win. If Zach LaVine even takes the Bulls, to the second round, he doesn't have to make a finals run like Booker just did, then I think Zach LaVine will be in the next tier. Jaylen Brown below Chris Middleton, and Chris Middleton below Jimmy Butler. Now, Chris Middleton just won an NBA championship, so I had to put him higher than Jaylen Brown, but I think their skills are even. Jimmy Butler is a better player than both of them in my opinion, so that's why he's higher than them both. Next tier, we have Jason Tatum, we have Bradley Beal at 18, Trae Young at 17, Donovan Mitchell at 16, Kyrie at 15, Devin Booker at 14, 13, Paul George, 12, Chris Paul. This tier is either second options on championship contending teams or the best players on mid-playoff teams. Now, last year I had Paul George at number 8 in my rankings list. Maybe I'll do a video comparing this year's ranking to last year's ranking because I never actually posted last year's rankings on the internet. But like Ben Simmons, I'm very high on the Paul George bandwagon list, even if he's the most inconsistent player in the league. Devin Booker got a big boost in his ranking after an amazing finals run. I think Bradley Beal could be a lot higher if he was on a contending team. He's one of the most talented scorers in the league, but he's never even, made it past the second round. Jason Tatum is really growing on me. Last year, he was not in this tier, but this year he proved to me that he's a true superstar, and he's on the same tier as all these guys. Next tier. Anthony Davis at 11, 10, Damian Lillard, 9, James Harden, 8, Joel Embiid, 7, Nikola Jokic, and 6, Luka Doncic. Now, this is a tier of very good players, but not arguably one of the best players in the league. For example, James Harden hasn't won anything yet. Damian Lillard hasn't won anything yet. Luka Doncic hasn't won anything yet. Joel Embiid hasn't won anything yet. Anthony Davis has won a lot, but I just don't think that he's as talented as the tier above. Damian Lillard is kind of like not a Walmart version of Steph Curry, but more of a Target version of Steph Curry. If this list was in 2018, I think Harden would be in the next tier, maybe even number 1. But in 2021, he's very good, but he's no longer the best player on his team. He's taking a backseat to Kevin Durant, and he's very injury prone. Jokic just won MVP, but he's really just not as good as the next tier, and he hasn't won anything. This next tier is all players I think have a strong case for being the best player in the league. Number 5, Steph Curry. Number 4, Kawhi Leonard. Number 3, LeBron James. Number 2, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And that leaves 1 at Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was literally centimeters away from beating Giannis Antetokounmpo on his own with an injured Kyrie and James Harden playing on one hamstring. So I think that's what puts him over Giannis. And he came back from an injury and played better than he ever has before. LeBron had a very, very injury-riddled season for the Lakers, and they lost in the first round. Kawhi Leonard was very injured himself, tearing his ACL. Steph Curry didn't even make it to the playoffs. And I think if Kevin Durant would have beat the Bucks, he would have won a ring. I think he should have won a ring, but I can't discredit Giannis. Giannis had a crazy finals, especially that last game. He scored 50 and 20 rebounds? He had a historic night in the last game. Anyways, that wraps up my top 25 in the league. Tell me what you would change and why in the comments below. Thanks for watching.